Hello everyone. Today we're diving into an important legal framework in England, Deprivation of Liberty Orders, or DOLs. Imagine a world where the most vulnerable in our society, those who may lack the capacity to make decisions for themselves, are at risk. It is in these crucial moments where DOLs come into play, acting as safeguards, ensuring that any restrictions on an individual's liberty are both necessary and in their best interests. Join me now as we journey into the heart of DOLs, exploring their significance and impact on the lives of those they are designed to protect. Deprivation of Liberty Safeguards, or DOLS, might sound complex at first, but they are essentially a crucial safety net woven into the fabric of the Mental Capacity Act 2005. This act, you see, is a pillar of English law designed to protect people who might not be able to make certain decisions for themselves due to an impairment of, or disturbance in the functioning of, the mind or brain. It recognizes that every individual, regardless of their mental capacity, possesses inherent dignity and the right to autonomy. DOLS come into play when someone is being cared for in a hospital or care home, and due to their condition, needs to be restricted in some way for their own safety or the safety of others. Imagine, for instance, an elderly gentleman with severe dementia who repeatedly tries to leave his care home, putting himself at risk. DOLS would ensure that any restrictions placed upon him, such as limiting his access to exits, are done so lawfully and with his best interests at heart. These safeguards are not about taking away someone's freedom unnecessarily. They are about striking a delicate balance between protecting an individual's liberty and ensuring their well-being. Think of DOLS as a safety harness for a climber scaling a treacherous mountain. Just as the harness allows the climber to explore new heights while preventing a disastrous fall, DOLS provide a framework to ensure the well-being of vulnerable individuals while upholding their fundamental rights. The beauty of DOLS lies in their meticulous attention to detail. Before any restrictions can be enforced, a rigorous assessment is carried out by trained professionals. This assessment carefully considers whether the individual lacks the capacity to make decisions about their care, and whether the proposed restrictions are proportionate and the least restrictive option available. It's like a team of skilled navigators charting a course through challenging waters, ensuring the chosen path is both safe and respects the voyager's ultimate destination. DOLS are not a one-size-fits-all solution. They are tailored to the individual's specific needs and circumstances. This personalized approach is at the very heart of DOLS, ensuring that each person is treated with the dignity and respect they deserve. Just as a master craftsman carefully selects the right tools for each intricate task, DOLS provide a framework for making carefully considered decisions about an individual's care, ensuring their well-being while respecting their autonomy as much as possible. The process doesn't end with the implementation of restrictions, however. Regular reviews are conducted to reassess the situation and make adjustments as needed. This ensures that the individual's care plan remains dynamic and responsive to their evolving needs. Imagine a garden carefully tended by expert gardeners, pruning and nurturing each plant to ensure its health and growth. DOLS operate in a similar fashion, providing ongoing monitoring and adjustments to optimize the individual's well-being. Importantly, DOLS do not operate in a vacuum. The individual, their loved ones, and advocates are all given a voice throughout the process. This ensures that decisions are made collaboratively and transparently, with the individual's best interests at the forefront. It's like a well-choreographed dance, where each participant plays a vital role in ensuring the harmony and balance of the performance. In essence, DOLS act as a vital safety net, ensuring that any restrictions on a person's liberty are a last resort, implemented only when absolutely necessary and with the utmost care and consideration. They are a testament to our society's commitment to protecting the most vulnerable among us, reminding us that true freedom lies in ensuring the well-being of all. Picture this: an elderly woman recovering from surgery in a hospital ward. She's disoriented, confused, and keeps trying to remove her IV lines and leave the hospital, putting her health at risk. Or imagine a young man with autism living in a care home who, when overwhelmed, becomes agitated and poses a risk to himself and others. These are just two examples of situations where DOLS might be considered necessary. They highlight the delicate balance between respecting an individual's liberty and ensuring their safety and well-being, as well as the safety of those around them. DOLS are typically required in settings where individuals are receiving care and treatment, primarily in hospitals and care homes. These environments, while designed to provide care and support, can sometimes necessitate restrictions on an individual's freedom for their own good or the safety of others. It's important to remember that DOLs are not just about physical restrictions. They can also involve restrictions on an individual's finances, communication, or access to visitors if those restrictions are deemed necessary to prevent harm. Imagine, for instance, an individual with a learning disability who is being financially exploited. A DOL might be used to restrict their access to funds, preventing further exploitation and safeguarding their financial well-being. The key here is that any restriction, whether physical or otherwise, must be a proportionate response to the assessed risk and be in the individual's best interests. The decision to use a DOL is not taken lightly. It is a multifaceted process involving healthcare professionals, social workers, and often the input of family members or legal representatives. A thorough assessment is conducted to determine if the individual meets the criteria for a DOL, which includes lacking the capacity to make decisions about their care and treatment, and if the proposed restrictions are necessary and proportionate to manage the risks identified. Think of it as a group of expert cartographers carefully studying a map before embarking on a journey, ensuring that every potential route is considered and the safest and most appropriate path is chosen. DOLs are not a permanent solution, but rather a temporary measure used to manage a specific risk or situation. Regular reviews are conducted to assess whether the DOL is still necessary and proportionate, and to explore less restrictive options as the individual's situation evolves. This ensures that the individual's rights are continuously safeguarded and that their care plan remains dynamic and responsive to their changing needs. The use of DOLs is a complex and sensitive issue, and it is essential to remember that they are a last resort, implemented only when all other options have been exhausted. The decision to deprive someone of their liberty, even for their own safety or the safety of others, is a significant one that requires careful consideration and a robust legal framework to prevent abuse. The Mental Capacity Act and the Deprivation of Liberty safeguards provide this framework, ensuring that any restrictions on an individual's liberty are lawful, proportionate, and in their best interests. Thank you for watching. Remember, understanding our legal protections is crucial for ensuring the rights and well-being of all. DOLs, while complex, serve as a vital safeguard, ensuring that any deprivation of liberty is lawful, proportionate, and in the individual's best interests.